Good evening everyone and welcome to tonight's Spireites Quiz, the last one of our weekly offerings. Hope you've been enjoying the quizzes during lockdown. We've decided that for now, with restrictions easing and people getting out to meet others and go to the pub and things like that, clearly the numbers are going to dwindle, so we thought we'd call it a day for the time being and put on quizzes from time to time, and hopefully we'll soon be putting some on at the Technique Stadium, so keep an eye on the club website and media and social media channels for details of those. It'd be great to get everyone together, this online community that we've had over the weeks and months. But turning our attention to tonight's quiz, you'll see the pin code on the screen there, 79708. And then of course you need to press the finger on your virtual keypad to be registered to play in tonight's quiz. I'm sure we've got many regulars who've been playing over the months, but for those who might be playing for the first time, just to tell you that it is all a question of getting the answer right, but in the quickest time possible. The quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. And your first answer is final. There's no turning back. Once you've made your selection, can't change your answer. 79708 is the pin code, and then press the finger on your virtual keypad while we're waiting for people to join. If you are a fan of the keypad quizzes, you might be interested to know that tomorrow night we have Bernie Clifton's comedy keypad quiz. That's via Zoom. And some great prizes to be won, including a stay at Sutton Hall in North Yorkshire. There it is on the screen. Fantastic place, 3 nights there, worth £500. Also, we've got a prize of a cheese box. That's from Cheese, spelled Cheaze. So they'll provide a box of cheese. Also, we've got gin from Scavelli. So some great prizes, all hosted by the legendary Bernie Clifton, supported by Oswald. So looking forward to that tomorrow night from 7 o'clock. If you want to take part in that, if you you could email media@chesterfield-fc.co.uk. I can send you all the details. Or if you look on the social media channels for CSALs, or go on to Ticket Source. If you go on to Ticket Source, type in Bernie Clifton, and you'll see the quiz. A minimum donation of just £5. That will get you into tomorrow night's quiz. All about comedy, multiple choice again, so I would suggest that if you're a quizzer playing in these keypad quizzes, then you'll have an advantage over others who don't play in them. So you would have a good chance of winning, I would suggest. So please, if you can support that. I know the Edgers have today signed up for that, so thanks for your support with that charity quiz. Zoe and family, very much appreciated. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night via Zoom. But back to tonight's quiz. 79708 is the pin code, and then press the finger on your virtual keypad. So, as always, on our YouTube channel, Phil Tooley will be looking after the messages on there. And thanks to Phil for his help with not only this quiz, but also, of course, the ones that we've had over the course of the lockdown. I'm just going to take a look, see some of the messages on there. And it is, of course, a best of quiz tonight. So 20 questions picked by Phil from the various quizzes that have been played over the months. And thanks to Emma P for her message on YouTube, wishing me happy birthday. Yep, 21 again. Thanks to everyone who's sent a message wishing me a happy birthday. It seems quite apt that we're finishing this weekly run of quizzes on my birthday. Enjoyed doing them. I know Phil's enjoyed putting them together, and both of us thank you for your support of the quizzes, and been great to have this online community during some difficult times, really, let's be honest, with the lockdown and the pandemic, and really pleased that from the messages that I've received that the quizzes have been something to look forward to for plenty of people. So always great to hear that people are enjoying things that you're doing. So fantastic that you have been enjoying the quizzes. And also thanks to Kevin Wagg, a regular quizzer, who's just messaged me to wish me a happy birthday. So thanks for that, Kev. Good luck tonight. So we have had a number of people who've played in pretty much all of the quizzes. Too many to mention, but yeah, some regular names that we see on the leaderboard. And what we'll do, because this is the final Spireites quiz of the weekly offerings, and we'll have the final Fun Family quiz this Sunday from 5 o'clock. What we'll do, we'll take all the winners from April and include the one from this Sunday, and we'll have a draw, which of course we won't be able to show on a quiz because we're stopping them after this Sunday. So keep an eye on the club's social media channels. We'll show a video which includes or picks out a winner at random. We won't be able to do that until Tuesday at the earliest, because as with all football clubs in the country, we're taking part in a social media blackout. I don't know if you've heard about that. That's in protest and raising awareness of problems associated with online abuse. So that will be from 3 p.m. on Friday up until 11:59 p.m. on Monday. So if you're wondering why it's very quiet on the club's social media channels over the weekend, that's the reason why. So all your updates during that period for the club will be via the club website. So please do keep checking the website for any details. We won't be able to provide coverage of either Saturday's game, which of course is a late kickoff to accommodate the TV cameras. That's 5:20 p.m. on Saturday. Or Monday's game at home to Torquay United. So there'll be no Twitter coverage as normal. So you'll have to just take a look at the club website for details of the match. And of course you'll be able to listen to commentary via Elastic FM in association with Elastic FM. We'll put the link on our club website. They're doing commentary at Hartlepool and at home to Torquay. So follow the club in action there, and of course on the live streams as well. There won't be a live stream at Hartlepool because it's televised on BT Sport, but we'll have, as usual, our live stream for the match at the Technique Stadium. So 79708 is the pin code for tonight's best of final for now Spireites quiz. So we're after 5 past, well, I make it 7 minutes past. So often we've waited till 8 minutes past for everyone to log in. We're up to 35. So we'll just give it a moment and then we'll get underway with tonight's quiz. In fact, I'll take one last drink before we get underway, and it is non-alcoholic. I will be having some alcohol after the quiz, but yeah, not going to get stuck into that until we've got this quiz out of the way. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. Right now, suitably refreshed by the soda and lime, I think we'll get underway. So a final call for anyone just joining us. 79708 is the pin code, and then press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad, and then we'll get underway with tonight's quiz. So remember, messages on the YouTube channel if you want to get involved there, and we'll take a look as the screen goes to black, and we have the countdown, and we can then look at the screen to see who's taking part tonight. Ukrainian Blues, so Vladimir and family are with us. Welcome to you, Kevin Wag, the Cots, Dave Mid, the Dar, Emma P, and it's good night from me, Fish and Chips, Rabbit Dave, and Lynn Dave 1. That's the first 10 to sign in. And we've got some regular players and winners there. Westbar Spireites, who's been the most consistent quizzer during the lockdown, always a keen competitor. Edgers there as well, Veiled Madness, Brockwell Spireites 2, PK Brockwell Spireites. So we've got 36 taking part in tonight's quiz. Let's get underway then. Remember, it's all about the speed, so quickly get your answer in to get as many points as possible. Your first answer is your final answer. So, question number 1. Only one player has ever made their Spireites Football League debut as a substitute, only to be substituted themselves later. Who was it? Jerome Bingham-Williams, Andy Kellett, Delisle Brewster, or Reese Brown? Have you been watching carefully? Because all these questions tonight have appeared in a previous Spireites quiz. So Phil Tooley selecting 20 of the best questions. And less than half the time remains. Just Mojo remains to answer. And Mojo answer quickly, or has he lost his mojo? Or her mojo? And the answer is Andy Kellett. That was 4-1 loss in 2017 away. So Andy Kellett, let's take a look then. How many people? But Andy Kellett, most popular answer with 16 at 9 going for Delisle Brewster. Whatever happened to him? 5 apiece for Jerome Bingham-Williams and Reese Brown. So who's the leader after the very first question? Fish and Chips with maximum points, and the Backheaders and Croydon Blues. That's the top 3. On to question 2. Which of these former Chesterfield managers won the most full international caps? Roy McFarland, John Sheridan, Dean Saunders, or Gary Caldwell? So it's the one who won the most full international caps. McFarland, Sheridan, Saunders, or Caldwell? Sent a text to Shez the other day. He's yet to, well, he replied initially, but not to the follow-up. So just waiting to hear back from him. So just Mojo. Has Mojo got some connection issues, perhaps? Seems like we gained somebody as well. Got 36 who've logged in. The answer is Dean Saunders. Won 75 caps for Wales. Caldwell 55 for Scotland. Sheridan 35 for the Republic of Ireland. And 28 England caps for Roy McFarland. So how many people put Dean Saunders? We have 23. So a clear favourite amongst those answering. 23 getting that right. Well done. On to question 3. True or false? When Chesterfield beat Mansfield 3-1 in the FA Cup in 2008, all 3 Spireites goals were scored by players called Jamie. Is that true or is that false? So, true or false? Chesterfield beat the Stags 2008. All 3 Spireites goals were scored by players called Jamie. Everybody has answered apart from Mojo. And the answer is true. Jamie Ward with 2 and Jamie Winter. So how many people put true? Yeah, most people get it right. 33, only 4 putting false. On to question 4. Which player who's only 3 appearances for a Football League club all came under Paul Cook at Chesterfield made those 3 appearances in 3 different competitions, the FA Cup, League One and Johnston's Paint Trophy, and he was sent off in one of those appearances? Was it Michael Unn of Wigan, Jack Broadhead, Charlie Dawes, or Miles Wright? So somebody who's only 3 appearances for a Football League club came under Paul Cook with the Spireites. Appeared in 3 different competitions: Honour of Wigan, Broadhead, Doors or Right. And everybody who can answer has done so. Here's that Mojo is unable to answer. And the answer is Jack Broadhead, sent off on his only start at Scunthorpe in the JPT. So B is what we're looking for. And 18 getting that right. 7 for Charlie Dawes, 6 apiece for Michael Lunn of Wigan and Miles Wright. We'll take a look at the leaderboard after the next question and answer. Martin Gritton became the first player of the 21st century to score both for and against the Spireites in the same season in matches involving the same teams, in his case Macclesfield Town. But in which season did he score for both teams? Was it 0607, 0708, 0809 or 0910? So, when did Martin Gritton score for and against the Spireites in the same season? 2006-7, 2007-8, 2008-9 or 2009-10? Less than half the time remains. A few people yet to answer. Lynn Dave, a few days away, and Mojo, but I think we're counting Mojo out now. Just Lynn Dave 1. And the answer is 2008-9. Scored 2 for Mac in a 4-2 away win at Saltgate in December, plus Spireites' goal in the April 1-1 draw at Moss Rose. So C is the answer. And yep, 18 getting that right. Well done to you. And we now take a look at the leaderboard for the second time. Kevin Wagg is at the top, but by a fraction, on the same points, but slightly quicker than the backheaders. Then Archie's Army in third. Ben Smith just outside the top 3. And it's good night from me in 5th place. Take a look further down. He was propping up the table. Well, Newbold Spireites, I think, was a late entrant. Mojo clearly unable to answer. Rockwell Spireites 2 is, well, in the relegation zone. Cooperman just above there. So on to question 6. Which player who made a single appearance in Chesterfield's 84-85 season joined the Arsenal coaching staff in 2019? Sean McCauley, Billy Stewart, David Hill or Sal Bibbo? So a solitary appearance for the Spireites in 84-85. Joined the Arsenal coaching staff in 2019. John McCauley, Billy Stewart, David Hill or Sal Bibbo? Just the cops yet to answer who can do so. The time running out. And the answer is Sal Bibbo. Joined Arsenal as an under-23 goalkeeping coach. Came on for the injured Andy Beasley against Bury in a goalless home draw. So how many people put Sal Bibbo? Yeah, most popular answer is 13, but 10 going for McCauley, 9 for Stewart, 4 for Hill. 2 no-shows. Question 7. Chesterfield's 1-0 loss at Blythe Spartans in the FA Cup in 77 was in the second round. But who did the Spireites beat in the first round of that season? Scunthorpe, Doncaster, Halifax or Wigan? So we're looking for Chesterfield's opponents in the first round of the FA Cup in 77. Scunthorpe United, Doncaster Rovers, Halifax Town or Wigan Athletic. And the Cots yet to answer. The answer is Halifax Town, so C. Yeah, most popular answer with 16 getting that right. On to question 8. Which of these places has made most appearances for the club? So a player with one of those names: Leicester, Burton, Hamilton or Barlow? So who's made the most appearances for the Spireites? Either Leicester, Burton, Hamilton or Barlow? And less than half the time remains. EK yet to answer and has done so now. And the answer is Burton. That's Ken Burton, 237 appearances. Jack Lester, 197. Duke Hamilton, 192. Frank Barlow, 141. So B is the one we're looking for. And 13 getting that right, but 17 going for Barlow. On to question 9. Who scored the first goal for Chesterfield in the first match at Meadow Lane of the journey to victory in the 2012 Johnson's Paint Trophy? Jordan Bowery, Dean Morgan, Mark Randall or Lee Johnson? So the scorer of the first goal at Meadow Lane in the journey to victory in the 2012 JPT, Bowery, Morgan, Randall or Johnson? EK has just answered, so everybody who can answer has done so. 38 there have logged in an answer, and the answer is Mark Randall. How many people put C? 16 getting that right, but fair spread of answers there. 10 for Morgan, 9 for Bowery, 3 for Johnson. We'll take another look at the leaderboard after the next question and answer. So Chesterfield's most famous front two pairing of Ernie Moss and Kevin Randall stand in first and fourth place in the all-time list of Spireites League scorers with 162 and 96 goals respectively. But in how many Football League matches did both of them score in the same match? 4, 14, 24 or 34? So in the number of Football League matches that Ernie Moss and Kevin Randall both scored, either 4, 14, 24 or 34. Beachy has just answered, the last one to do so. Those 38 have logged in their answer. And the answer is 14. 14 of which 11 were in home games, 3 away in both Notts County and Shrewsbury Town, saw them both score in 2 games. So take a look then and see how many people put B. 19 getting that right, but 16 going for 24. So now time to take a look at the leaderboard. Kevin Wagg was leading after, where were we? After 5, yeah. So now we're at the halfway stage. Let's take another look at the leaderboard. And it's the Backheaders who take over as leaders at the top with Kevin Wagg and Dave Mid in third place. Travelman just outside the top 3 then. Fish and Chips, South Normo Spirit, Westball Spirit, number 1 Spirit, Good Night from me and Ben Smith making up the rest of the top 10. So let's move on then. Oh, in fact, of course, we will have a Wheel of Fortune. So have a choice of either a signed programme from this season or Spireites Notebook. So let's take a look. The top 20 then, all the way down to Posty Scott. If you're in that top 20, you'll be in the Wheel of Fortune. So you'll see your name there if you're in the top 20. Let's give that wheel a good spin. See where it lands. So it's slowing down. Where is it going to land? It lands on Dave Mid. It threatened to go into Kevin Wagg, but Dave Mid is the winner. So Dave, if you send us an email, media@chesterfield-fc.co.uk, take a photo of your virtual keypad or a screenshot and email that to us to claim your prize. On to question 11. Who was the first player to score a competitive hat-trick at the B2 net? Was it Jack Lester, Craig Davis, Danny Whitaker or Dean Smalley? So the first to score a competitive hat-trick at the B2 net, Lester, Davis, Whitaker or Smalley? So just Travelman and PK yet to answer. And the answer is Danny Whittaker in a 4-0 win over Hereford. So C, the answer. And 13 getting it right. 15 going for Craig Davis. On to question 12. Ollie Soderberg, Alex Whitmore and Neil Trotman all made their Chesterfield debuts against the same team. Which one? Oldham Athletic, Torquay United, Tranmere Rovers or Yeovil Town? So which of those sides did Soderberg, Whitmore and Trotman all make their Chesterfield debuts against? Oldham, Torquay, Tranmere or Yeovil? A few days away has just answered, but PK has answered now, so only Mojo who we're counting out. So as we tick down, and we have the answer as Yeovil Town, so D. Take a look. And 14 getting that right. Well done if you got that. 15 though going for Oldham. 8 for Torquay, 1 for Tranmere. Question 13. Chesterfield have played friendlies against a number of overseas sides. Which of these opponents did the Spireites beat? Anderlecht, Benfica, Saarbrücken or Malaga? So, which of those overseas sides did the Spireites beat? Either Anderlecht, Benfica, Saarbrücken or Malaga? And less than 10 seconds remains now. Teacup's Barmy Army yet to answer. And the answer is Saarbrücken, 3-0 as part of the 1951 Festival of Britain. So it's C. And the most popular answer was 17. 10 going for Malaga, 6 for Anderlecht, 5 for Benfica. Question 14. In addition to Jack Lester, how many players made their Spireites League debuts from his first game at Chester in 2007 to his last game against Exeter in 2013? 85, 95, 105 or 115? So, from Jack Lester making his debut in his first game at Chester in 2007 to his farewell appearance against Exeter in 2013, how many players made their Spireites League debut? 85, 95, 105, 115. Just M&S yet to answer and has now answered. So 38 are in the mix. And the answer is 105. So C. And 12 got that right. 16 going for 95. Take a look at the leaderboard again after the next question and answer. So Chesterfield mathematically clinched promotion in 2014 by winning 2-0 at Burton in the 45th game of the campaign. But who did they play in the 44th game when Owen Doyle scored the winning goal? Dagenham and Redbridge, Exeter City, Hartlepool United or Morecambe? So we're looking for Chesterfield's opponents in the 44th game of the 2014 promotion season when Owen Doyle scored the winner. Dagenham and Redbridge, Exeter City, Hartlepool United or Morecambe? And the answer is Dagenham and Redbridge won 1-0 away from home on Easter Monday. So how many people put A? Yeah, most popular answer, 19 getting that right, but 7 for Exeter, 6 apiece for Hartlepool and Morecambe. Let's take a look then at the leaderboard. The backheaders at the top with 434. So maintaining their lead. They were ahead after 10, and now with 5 remaining, they're still ahead of Kevin Wagg. 32-point lead, Croydon Blues in 3rd, Fish and Chips, and then Travel Man in 5th place. Westbar Spireites, who I fancied to make a charge, who seem to be climbing the table, has dropped down to 13th. Take a look further down. Newbold Spireites effectively propping up the table. We're counting out Mojo, so Cooperman second from bottom, then Cots away team. Slightly worse than the Cots. On to question 16. Which of Liverpool's 2019 European Champions League final winning squad played a competitive game at the Pro Act in September 2012? James Milner, Daniel Sturridge, Adam Lallana or Jordan Henderson? I've just been tipped off that West Bars is on the Peroni. That's the reason for his poor show tonight. Enjoying the Peroni and perhaps not taking it as seriously as he normally does. That's the reason, folks. So everybody who can answer has done so. Can't blame me, by the way, West Bars. Nice drink. Jordan Henderson is the answer, so D. How many people put D? Well, the second most popular one behind Adam Lallana. So we go on to question 17. Sam Clucas made his Chesterfield debut in a 4-1 win against Scunthorpe in September 2014. But who else made his Spireites debut that day? Charlie Dawes, Charlie Raglan, Daniel Johnson or George Margreiter? So when Sam Clucas made his debut for the Spireites in a 4-1 win against Scunthorpe, September 2014, who else made their Spireites debut that day? Dawes, Raglan, Johnson or Margreiter? But PK yet to answer and has now done so. And the answer is George Margreiter. So D is what we're looking for. And 14 getting that right. 16 they're going for Charlie Raglan. 7 for Daniel Johnson, just 1 for Charlie Dawes. We'll take a final look ahead of the final leaderboard after the next question and answer. Can the back headers hold on to claim victory in the final weekly Spireites quiz? Let's take a look at question 18. True or false? Chesterfield have had at least one league game featuring a Tom, a Dick and a Harry. True or false? So we're looking for the Spireites having at least one league game featuring a Tom, a Dick and a Harry. Either true or false? So everybody who can answer has done so. And the answer is true. Tom Job played a couple of games in 1929 alongside Dickie Duckworth and a few Harrys, Schofield and Cousins and Whiteman. So true. A is one we're looking for. Most popular answer, 30 getting that right. 8 going the wrong way with false. So we're going to take a look at the leaderboard again. Is the back headers still at the top of the leaderboard? Yes, by some margin as well. Going to romp home, it looks like. At the moment, Kevin Wagg still in second place. Travelman as well is there. Croydon Blues just outside the top 3. With Fish and Chips, number 1 Spireites, Good Night From Me, South Normo Spireite, Ben Smith and Dave Mid. That's the top 10. So I'm just going to make a note of the top 3. But looks like the back headers will take some stopping. It'll have to be a real turnaround to see a different name at the top of the leaderboard when we finish, as we go into the penultimate question of the quiz. So in 2003, which former Spireite was the subject of a hoax claiming he'd been kidnapped in Kazakhstan? Is it Gordon Banks, Bob Newton, Tony Bryan or Steve Agrizovic? So former Spireite who was the subject of a hoax claim that he'd been kidnapped in Kazakhstan. And Gordon Banks, Bob Newton, Tony Bryan or Steve Agrizovic? And everybody has answered who can done so. It just amuses me the thought of the Newt being kidnapped. I'm sure the those taken in captive would return him very quickly. No offence, Bob. And the answer is Stephen Grizovic. A petition to free him was set up claiming he was travelling the world using public transport to raise money for charity. None of which was true, as far as we know. Gordon Banks, Bob Newton, and Tony Bryan have never been kidnapped. So D is the answer. And the most popular one as well. 20. 10 going for the Newt. 5 for Tony Bryan. 3 for Gordon Banks as we go into the final question of the night. Which of these Premier League teams have Chesterfield played most times in Football League games? Fulham, Leicester City, Sheffield United or Burnley? So a Premier League team that Chesterfield have played most times in Football League games. Either Fulham, Leicester, Sheffield United or Burnley. And less than half the time remains. Just PK yet to answer. And the answer is Burnley. 50 times in total. Fulham 36 times. Leicester 30. And the Blades 26. So D is the answer. And level with Sheffield United. 13 apiece going for those. 8 for Fulham. 4 for Leicester. So we're now to the point where we take a look at the final leaderboard. The back headers were leading by some margin ahead of Kevin Wagg and Travelman. Do we have an unchanged top 3 in the final Spireites Quiz? Take a look then at the top 3. And first of all, we see tonight in 3rd place, Fish and Chips breaks into the top 3, so we do have a change. In 2nd place, tonight's runner-up, Kevin Wagg. Well, look at the margin, the distance there. Kevin Wagg with 546, but we know who the winner is tonight, and it is the back headers. And in the end, well, closer than it looked as though it might have been. So the back headers, they're winning with 581 points. Well done to you, back headers. Travelman edged out of the top 3 at the death. Then Croydon Blues, number 1 Spireite, and it's good night from me. Bobby Dennis, South Normost Spireite, and Ben Smith. That's the top 10. As we go further down, you see yourself there. Ukrainian Blues, 27th. Well done, Vladimir and family. Keep going further down there. Former winner in Vale Madness, 33rd tonight. And then effectively at the bottom of the pile, Newbold Spireite, just 79 points because Mojo clearly had some connection issues. So before we go, I'd like to remind you about the charity quiz taking place tomorrow night via Zoom. Same format, keypad using a virtual keypad via your smartphone or tablet, and you could win a stay at Sutton Hall in North Yorkshire worth £500. Also prizes from Cheese, so a cheese box, which will be a great prize. I'll just show you there. Sutton Hall, very nice place to stay. And also we'll have some gin from Scavelli, so a minimum donation of just £5 for that. So you can email media@chesterfield-fc.co.uk if you want to find where to book, but otherwise go on Ticket Source. So Ticket Source, source as in SOURCE. Type in Burnley Clifton and you'll see the Seasals event taking place tomorrow night. So hopefully you can join us. The Edgers already booked in to take part. So, just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for their support of the quizzes over the months. Also, of course, a big thank you on behalf of, well, both me and everyone taking part to Phil Tooley, who has been a rock providing all the quiz questions over the months. I was going to calculate actually earlier how many questions he must have written, and I think my maths is good enough to work that out. Just off the top, what are we on, about 32 I think so. Well, yeah, even I can work that out. So that's over 600 questions. Yeah, fantastic effort, Phil. Brilliant quizzes, and from the feedback that I've received over the months that we've been doing them, clearly a lot of people really enjoying the quizzes. Don't forget that we've got a final keypad quiz. Yeah, Phil says there, 620 plus tonight's repeats. So yeah, great effort that is. We do have the Fun Family Quiz on Sunday. That's from 5 p.m. We've got that one tomorrow night for charity, the Bernie Clifton Comedy Keypad Quiz. Also a reminder about the takeaway food on offer from the Technique Stadium. We'll have that for Monday's game, of course, Bank Holiday Monday. We've got Torquay United at home, so you can put in your order. Events at chesterfield-fc.co.uk. You'll see the details on the club website. Order your pie for Monday's game. Collection between 12 and 2 p.m. So great effort from Tat, Maddie, Amy, all the CMB team at the Technique Stadium to turn out some excellent food during the lockdown period. So thanks once again for your support of the quizzes. Hope you've enjoyed them. We will do them from time to time, and of course we will look to do some live at the Technique Stadium as well. So keep your eye on the club website and social media channels to see details of live quizzes that we'll do at the stadium. Hope you can join us for one of the remaining quizzes either tomorrow night or on Sunday. So congratulations once again to the back headers, tonight's winners, and then Kevin Wagg in second, Fish and Chips in third. And hopefully we'll have your company again soon. And until then, take care.